that people are looking for glowing skin, looking for skin popping, sun-kissed skin and all those things. I feel like those are the things that are really, really making people to actually indulge in skin bleaching more than it was back in the day, because there's been lots of promotions about it. Having talked about that, what do you think is the best remedy for someone to actually achieve a flawless skin without actually toning their skin? I mean, using lightening products.
Okay, there are so many ways a person can achieve glowing skin, right? Like personally, when back then, there was a time when I made up my mind that I don't want to spend money on expensive products, right? So I went all natural. And I can tell you that other than the fact that I took my time, I achieved that's the time I had the best skin ever. And everything I used to use was like about 500 naira, seriously then. So it all depends on, if you want to to make your skin glow, you have two options. Either you spend money or you spend time. So if you have money, fine, then you can cut out a lot of the process. But if you don't have money or you have time, then you do that. Then if you don't have money and you don't have time, there are still some ways you can look good, but you will not get the maximum benefits possible. So I can say, like, on my page, that is Dr. Health Demo, where I talk about skincare tips. Those are tips I have tried, and I can assure you, when I was in Nigeria then, I really, really enjoyed those things. I used to do my amam at home. I used to go to the market and buy things like get tomatoes, get pepper. I have my pictures on my page, and when I look at my skin now and I look at my skin then, I can tell you that I don't even look half as good as I did then. I used to jokingly say I look like Hausa, right? Like the way those Hausa things, that was what I looked like then.
Just for nothing personally, I mean, we're on it. This is me and you now. We're talking. Please just start telling me the things that you use. I'm willing to invest time. I don't know. I'm sure our audience too are very interested in hearing the stuff that you did.
Okay,
I'm ready. I promise to invest time. No money.
Okay, honestly, the truth is that when it comes to good skincare, all the natural products you hear people talk about, right, they work. Tomatoes is amazing. Like, for people that have dark knuckles, like maybe they've bleached already and they are just worried about their knuckles, you can just keep soaking your hands in tomatoes. I'm telling you, how did I come up with that? I used to remember that as a child, my mom was always, maybe she had some jewelry that had some stains. She would soak them in tomato juice, and the juice, the jewelry would come out so lovely. So I was like, if this tomato juice is natural and I can do this to jewelry, how about I do that to my own skin? So I would soak my different parts of my body in this tomato juice, and when I bring them out, they would all be sparkling. But the thing about it is, you have to keep doing those things to keep enjoying those benefits. So about my amam, I went to a spa in Lagos and I looked at the whole process of the amam, how they did the amam for me, right? So when I got to, I'm always this kind of person, like I like to spend as little money as possible. Those that know me, like anything I can do myself, I don't pay for it, right? So I said,
I'm on your side.
So I looked at it, I said, so what did this amam involve? Why can't I do my own amam at home? Like, why do I have to go to the spa to do the amam? So I went to the market. I bought every natural type of thing I could find. I bought it. I didn't go and buy old tomatoes, right? I would go to the broken tomatoes place where they have discarded. All I need is the juice from the tomatoes, right? So I could get a bucket of tomatoes, broken tomatoes, and they're like maybe 100 naira. I would buy like 2 buckets of that. Then I'll go to the orange stand, the lemon stand. I'll go to the pawpaw place, and when I get home, I will juice all of this together. Then the first thing is I'll take a shower. After taking a shower, I'll soak myself in a tub so that all the skin cells on my body can loosen. Then I used to use this Clarins scrub, but I tell people you don't have to go for expensive brands. You can use simple homemade ingredients. So you can mix your salt with your sugar and a little coconut oil. Even if you don't have coconut oil, let me tell you, ordinary groundnut oil will work. So I like to give people tips that like natural things you find at home. You don't have to spend a lot of money. Then I would go to the market and get this black soap. I know all these herbal people, they sell them a lot. You just get the dry powder. So I'll sprinkle it in the water that I'm going to soak myself in then. When I finish soaking myself for a couple of minutes, then I would scrub my skin real hard. Then I'll do the whole process again, then pour the whole juices and everything into the tub and soak myself in the tub again. Then when I come out, I rinse off. Then I rub this whole shea butter, all the lotions I can find. It's very messy, right? Then I would, the first time my mom saw me, my mom would always tell me, you don't need all this. Your body is young, you're growing and all of that. I'm like, mommy, don't worry, I want to glow. So I would come out of the tub. I would then in the spa, they would wrap you in plastic, right? So I could just wrap myself in a raincoat or something, then lay on my bed, because what you need is the way you steam your hair. Women, you know how we steam our hair. When we put on all the stuff in our hair, then we wear the shower cap. Why are we doing that? We don't want the environment to absorb what we've put on our hair. We want it just on our skin. So when you rub these things on your skin, you want the raincoat to steam, or the rubber you've wrapped yourself in, the plastic, to steam all those things into your skin. Then when I'm done, sometimes I had this standing steaming stuff in my room. Then I could use that as well, because I don't have a, what they call that thing. That I've forgotten the name of that room, jacuzzi, or that other room.
Okay. Yeah.
The name has escaped me. So I could use that to just steam my entire skin. Then when I finish with all of that, I go rinse off. When I walked into my mom's room the next morning, my mom was like, wow. I was like, I told you, you don't have to. When you were telling me I don't have to do this, I'm already glowing. I'm like, now you can see that there is a difference between yesterday and today. So I didn't do that just once. I did it about 2 to 3 times. And oh my God, when I go to my personal page and I look at my pictures then and I look at my picture now, I'm like, okay, there is a big difference. I was really good. And I could tell you, I wasn't using any expensive product, no expensive lotion. Everything was all natural. And it really, really worked for me. So basically that's it. So different things, I try out different things. As I said, I had a lot of skin issues as a child. So it made me experiment with so many products. Yeah. So, and then I realized that you don't have to spend so much. I've spent a lot of money. I used to use a lot of Clarins products, Dr. Murad, Dermalogica, and I was like, but I never glowed as much as when I use natural products.
I mean, do you need a roommate? I'm practically ready, because I want to be your roommate so that you can help me, you know,
now, because I
achieve this journey faster.
I have 2 kids. That's why I said, do you have money or do you have time?
Okay, you have 2 kids, and I'll just be the third one. I mean, it's just for the glow. After the glow, I'll go.
Okay.
Okay, having said that, a lot of people say that they bleach their skin because they want to take off acne, they want to take off stretch marks, they want to take off damaged skins, and they want to take off scars from their body. Does it really work? I mean, bleaching your skin, does it take off those scars?
Yeah, well, it will take off some of those scars, right? And at the beginning of the video, you mentioned something about we are looking at a lot of products out there. The thing is, it will work, you know, it will take off those spots, but at the end of the day, what is the result? What are you doing to your body, right? You've taken off the scars, but you've injured your kidneys. You're looking good, but you're dying inside. Does it make any sense? So that brings me to all the products out there. Why are people bleaching? People are bleaching because they don't have access to good products. They don't have access to holistic products. When you go on the internet, everybody is selling something that will make you lighter, something that will make you glow, something that will make you look like a half caste. People are not telling you you can look dark and still shine. You can look your natural color. Just for me, I don't really like bleaching anymore. I've gone through different phases in my life, right? I've seen what I've experimented. As I said, I've experimented with a lot of products. So I've come to the conclusion that bleaching will not really help you. So now, I don't want to digress. I think I've missed the point of your question, but
no, it's okay. I mean, it's
okay. So let me talk about products out there now. When we talk of bleaching, there are all the products out there. Most of these products, especially the products where they tell you there is a secret ingredient, right? I'll tell you what their secret ingredients are. If anybody cannot tell you what their secret ingredient is, it's something that will kill you, honestly, because either they're putting in mercury or they're putting in steroids, or they're putting in hydroquinone. Those are the three most popular lightning agents out there. And I wrote something on my page and I said, if you think you know about skin bleaching, I'm going to tell you something that will surprise you about skin bleaching, because people think it's my skin, it's all about me, I just want to look good. Your bleaching is hurting your children. Your bleaching is hurting your husband. Your bleaching is hurting the people that come in contact with you, not because they're affected just by your skin. The chemicals you're applying on yours is going into their own skin. I'm saying this, Dr. Mims might know about this. Like for women that are rubbing mercury products on their skins, when your children come to hug you, right, that mercury
Oh
is
yeah.
going straight into their own skin, right?
Wow.
And that means
Wow.
when the mercury gets into your child's
Okay, I'm so sorry. I didn't hear you anymore. I think the network went off for a couple of minutes.
okay. Yeah, so I was
So you,
saying that, yeah. So
okay, yeah, you stopped at mercury.
yes, I talked about mercury. I said, so women rubbing mercury products are hurting their kids, because when your kids hug you, right, the mercury goes into their
Yeah.
own skin, the mercury goes into their brain. And what does mercury do to a child's brain? It stops the brain from developing properly. It impairs their speech, it impairs their hearing, it affects their nerves. It's not just you. When your husband who comes to rub you, as in, you snuggle with your husband and all of that, your husband is going to get mercury poisoning. He's going to have mood irritability. Then you say, oh, my husband is always fighting, he's angry. It's because of your skin. What you're rubbing on your skin
Wow.
is affecting his mood. Then these men get tremors as well. They get headaches. So it's not just the women, right? Your family will pay for the consequences of what you're doing. Meanwhile, you rubbing the mercury as well, right? You're hurting your kidneys. You're hurting your liver. You're hurting so many things. You're exposing your skin to cancer. So bleaching is not just affecting one person. It's affecting your family as well. So in the long run, everybody's going to pay for it. Then you think about people that say, oh, I'm rubbing hydroquinone. It's not so bad, right? Research has shown that hydroquinone is from benzene, right? In fact, benzene and hydroquinone, hydroquinone is a derivative from benzene. What does hydroquinone do? After a long time that you've been using hydroquinone, it gets into the blood. It has been shown and proven that hydroquinone, the benzene derivative, goes into the progenitor cell. That is the blood cells that form all the cells in our body, and acts to delete a chromosome 7 and chromosome 8. And that is called aneuploidy. When it deletes chromosome 7 and chromosome 8, it leads to a higher risk of developing leukemia, that's blood cancer, right? So it's just on my skin. It's not your skin. It's getting to your blood. It's deleting your chromosome. The longer you use it, then 10, maybe years down the line, the person comes down with blood cancer. I'm like, I didn't use microwave. Well, what were you rubbing on your skin over that period of time? That is why you got blood cancer. Now let's talk about steroids. I'm rubbing steroids. I don't rub it on my skin. I just mix it in my lotion. It has been shown that you can't dilute steroids. It gets into your body as it gets into your body. Just think about Gary. You put 2 cups of Gary in a large tub of water. Does it change the fact that you are drinking 2 cups of Gary? Even if I put it in a drum of water, I'm still taking 2 cups of Gary. So that's steroid for you. You can't dilute it. You're rubbing it on your skin, you're rubbing it on your skin. And we found out that when you use at least 50 grams of steroid a week, you're prone to having secondary adrenal failure. All these, so if you go and dig deeper and deeper and deeper into the effects of these chemicals on the skin, you'll be shocked and be like, I don't want to go into this. So I think, let me pause here and let me hear from you, please.
Dr. Rebecca, I mean, like, you just wowed me. I know about skin bleaching, and I figured that, of course, it's dangerous to your skin. It could affect you, but the part that really got me is the part that you said that it affects your family members too, your kids and your husband, like if you're married, and that's the part that really got me. And a lot of people don't know this, and I mean, I'm just going to compliment you. You're doing a good job on your page, creating this awareness, because many people do not know that whatever they are putting on their skin does not just affect them. It affects the people around them, and it's making the people around them unhealthy. And I must say, you're doing a good job out there. A very good job. Okay, so there's this other question. How can you identify products that have mercury, steroids, and the rest, like products that have these unnatural ingredients that are harmful to your skin? Many people tend to rub all these lotions they pick up in the stores. They just get into the store and then these days talking about organic skincare, natural skincare, natural exfoliating, natural glow, and all that. I'm sure many of these people are using this product, and people are very unaware that they're using products or ingredients rather, that are actually going to make them have issues. How do we identify these things? What are they? Are they signals? Are they signs? Is there a particular scent or fragrance or something that one could use to identify some of these bad ingredients in our lotions?
Well, there's no particular fragrance, right? Because it's not sulfur. So there's no particular way you can smell it and know that there's mercury here or there's steroid. Because even the steroid creams, when you put it to your nose, there is no smell. So there is no way you can tell. The only way you can tell is to read the label on your lotion, on your products. Now for mercury goes by so many names. I'll just tell you a couple of names mercury goes by. If your cream is said to contain calome, if it contains cinnaberries, if it contains hydrangioxidum, rubrum, or quicksilver, that is another name for mercury. Don't use that product, right? And hydroquinone is just hydroquinone. You'll know it's hydroquinone. If it's steroid, you hear betamethasone, hydrocortisone, that is not a good product. The issue is that people want to use lotions that don't have a name. Mrs. So has produced a lotion, and she told you that you will glow, you will look a certain way. She tells you, she doesn't have a clear list of what is in her product. This product is not even NAFDAC approved. And because it's going to help you achieve the standard of beauty you want, you rub that lotion on your skin. She has packed a lot of steroids in there. See, the cheapest bleaching agent is mercury. So and it's going to give you quick and fast results. That's mercury for you. Then you will glow in 2 weeks. How are you going to glow in 2 weeks? You're going to glow with mercury. Your kidneys. And do you know the long-term effects of mercury? This hydroquinone, the hydroquinone, they stay in the second layer of skin, where it later on causes discoloration. That's why you see people walking around with patches, because that is the natural part of bleaching creams. They don't cause permanent effects. It is almost destined that after a while, it's going to cause discoloration. Now, a secret I want to share is, most of these people selling you bleaching creams, they are not using these products, I can assure you. They are using glutathione injections.
Oh, no, I've heard of that before.
Yes, these ladies or these manufacturers, they are using glutathione injections and selling mercury products to their customers. So the customers are wondering why they are not glowing like the manufacturer. It's because you're not using what the manufacturer is using. The manufacturer is using something else, and you are using something else. At the end of the day, you end up with dark knuckles, you end up burnt, and then you're wondering, why am I not glowing like this person? It won't work. So people are deceiving people because they want your money. They're telling you things to make you buy their products. So please don't be deceived. There are so many ways you can look good, and all these things are right in the market. They will not hurt your skin. All I'll ask is when you're using them, because I believe you should just achieve smooth skin. You should achieve glowy skin, not lighter skin. Like if you're dark, you can look good. If you're light, you can look good. Just make sure you're not looking ashy in terms of dull skin, dead skin cells covering your pores and all of that. If you can get rid of all of that, everybody will look good. I look up to Genevieve. I look up to Omoni Oboli, Beverly Naya. They're all dark women doing awesome things with their complexion. So I used to say, I don't blame people who bleach as much as all of us. I blame you, I blame me. But I won't blame myself too much because I have had over time to orientate my mind to knowing that skin is skin, right? People are bleaching because we make them feel it's okay. You see people talking about, I don't like bleaching, but who are you dating? You'd rather you'd rather be friends with a light skin job opportunity.
Yes.
To a light-skinned girl. So why will you tell me not to bleach when your values are not incongruent? That it's not congruent with your actions. You say one thing, you're doing another thing. So we as individuals should begin to change our minds. I have two kids. One is light, one is dark, and it's not because of my kids. Over a long time, I've come to realize that skin is skin. And I wouldn't want my dark skinned daughter to ever sense anything in me that shows that I prefer light skin to dark skin, because then you're already building low self-esteem in that child. And we as women, we as parents, whether you're so as I was saying, anytime the video pauses, I also pause. So I'm trying to say we
Okay,
all
thank
have
you.
work to do, because if you are an individual and you have a bias for lighter skin, that's colorism, the preference for light skin over dark skin. One day you're going to have a brown skin child. Are you going to indirectly tell your daughter that, or your son, that your skin doesn't matter because you're dark? You cannot achieve the same, you cannot get the same opportunity. So you have to learn, we all have to learn that skin is skin. What matters is what's up there and what's in here. How we treat others, how we think, how hard we work, not about the color of our skin. So if we're fighting racism, I don't think we have to fight colorism as well. So we all need to do better as individuals to know that we are all the same. Our blood is not brown, it's always red. It doesn't change. So that is how we should see our skins too.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Rebecca. You made mention of looking up to Omoni Oboli, Beverly Naya, and Genevieve for having really beautiful dark skin. I know I've seen the Beverly Naya documentary on Netflix on skin, and I heard a couple of women talk about the struggles they went through growing up as dark skin, and it motivated them to try to tone their skin and on all that stuff. I mean, I agree with you 100% that we should be able to normalize the fact that whatever skin color you have is skin. So that brings me to two questions. The first one is a lot of dark skin people have asked, what can I do to my skin to make my skin shine and glow without having to tone my skin? Because I've observed that once dark skin people actually want to try to glow their skin, maybe actually make their smooth, a lot of these people who are selling skincare products sell products that bleach them or make them lighter than they should normally be, and then they describe that lightening of the skin as the actual skin glow itself. When I of course, somehow I don't know how these people are brainwashed. Would I use the word brainwashed to believe that a lighter skin is a glowing skin. So dark skin people have asked questions like, what can I use on my skin that will help me glow, that will help me, you know, not get lighter, but of course achieve a flawless skin. That's the first one. And the second question I wanted to ask is, people that have actually toned their skin have actually been able to bleach their skin to a certain level, and you know they figured that it's high time they stop. Is it possible to actually get back your former dark skin and you know get back your former skin color, and then everything goes back to normal, and those effects you mentioned earlier are not greatly do not greatly affect them?
Okay, I'll take the I'll take the first question about what dark people can do to glow. It applies to not just dark people. It even applies to light skin people. Ashy, dry skin, dead skin cells are what will not allow us to glow. So the most important thing if you want to glow is you must always get rid of those cells. And there are several ways you can do that. You can do that with mechanical products, like you get a loofah brush and you scrub your skin. Like you can do that before you take a shower every day. Just scrub your skin with those brushes, right? Then you go into the shower and take a shower. You can buy body scrubs. You can rub those on your skin and scrub off those dead skin cells. That's a lotion that exfoliates your skin. And a very good one is things that have things like lactic acid or glycolic acid. Those are the two common ones I know. Like I have really dry skin on my legs, like they're really dry. So I try to make sure my lotion contains glycolic acid. So continually, maybe there are times I'm so lazy. That's why I always ask, do you have time or do you have money? I just put that in my lotion, and I've noticed that over time my legs respond really well to the glycolic acid. If you don't have if you don't want to buy glycolic acid, then you need to get something thick like shea butter. Just that it's going to be sticky, right, and messy. But if you're always rubbing shea butter on your legs, you natural one, not the ones in a bottle, you'll see over time that those skin issues will disappear, right? So there are so many alternatives there. So for the dark skinned, my dark skinned sisters, like I have a dark skinned sister in real life, right? And my daughter is dark skinned as well.
Okay.
So I would just say exfoliate. All of us can exfoliate. There are so many ways. If you don't even have a loofah brush, grab your salt from the kitchen. Grab your granulated sugar. When you finish taking a bath, rub your skin with all of this sugar, all of this salt, right? Then rinse it off. Your skin is going to feel smoother. So there's always something cheap in your use. Yeah, anytime you pause, I kind of stop talking because I feel like nobody will hear me at that point.
Yes. Thank you so much for doing that. Dr. Rebecca, we can hear you now.
Okay, so then the second thing is you can also take I've forgotten the second question. I could only remember the first one about what you can do to make your
Okay,
skin.
the second question was people that have actually bleached their skin, can they actually go back to their dark skin, to their brown skin, and then is there something they can do also to reduce the effect of all the chemicals they used on their skin to bleach in the first instance?
Of course, they can go back to dark skin because your melanocytes, you never killed them. They were always producing. You were just decolorizing faster than they could produce melanin, right? But unfortunately, hydroquinone discoloration doesn't go away, right? It's permanent. You can only manage it. It's called ochronosis. It's a condition that is almost permanent. Like, I don't know, maybe laser can get rid of it, but if I didn't really check out that. But these discolorations are permanent. It's hard to get rid of them. So that's why when people come out in public and say, hey, I changed this face from this to this, like, really? Did you really do that? Maybe it will work for knuckles, because why are people having dark knuckles? It's because of all the dead skin cells they did not get rid of. So probably after a lot of exfoliation of the knuckles, we can get rid of those dark cells. But in terms of these discolorations on the cheek that is black or around the eyes, it's called ochronosis. It's very hard to get rid of. But if you're dark and you stop using your lotions, fine. If you've not developed ochronosis, you'll naturally go back to your color. But if you've developed ochronosis, I'm afraid it's going to be very difficult.
Okay, so I mean, the word out there is don't even start what you cannot finish. I mean, Dr. Rebecca said skin is skin, which I know a lot of people totally agree with her that dark skin, light skin, chocolate, melanin. I don't know. I don't even know how these names came out because I mean, we just used to be fair and dark in the and now we have melanin, we have chocolate, we have all this. But whatever skin color you have, it's okay, and then you don't have to try to bleach your skin in any way. Everybody is beautiful just the way
I'm not paused. It's your side that's paused.
Okay, I'm sorry. The network is a bit going off and coming on. I'm really sorry about that. Okay, finally, what are your final words on this topic? Skin bleaching, is it worth it or is it not worth it?
Of course, it's not worth it. And I forgot to mention, those using steroids and are planning to get pregnant, like you're messing with the hormones because steroids are a derivative of testosterone, which affects the levels of estrogen and progesterone in the body. So you messing with steroids is also going to affect your chances of getting pregnant. Like I kind of made so many lists. Like I hope I went through all of them.
Okay, please, by all means, we're here. We still have time.
Yeah. So there's no the only positive thing I can see is the economic advantage. We all know a research was carried out that, and it was discovered that, let's say both of us are from Nigeria and I'm dark skin or you're light skin. It is kind of believed that because I have light skin, I'm more intelligent than you. We could both be doctors, but because I'm a light skin doctor, I'm more intelligent than a dark skin doctor. So those are the things that go on. So maybe some people want to bleach because of that advantage. But at the end of the day, if you must lighten your skin, go through the safe way. There are safe alternatives. If you must, please don't make sure you're not using mercury, hydroquinone, and all those negative things that will leave you with permanent discoloration, and then you spend more to get rid of the discoloration than you spend getting the discoloration. So I don't know. So I think I went through it. So about market women, I would like to explain why they have those fat stretch marks close to their axilla. It's because of steroids. They've rubbed a lot of steroids. Those stretch marks will not go anywhere. They've thinned out the skin. Someone sent me a picture of a lady that had an accident and they tried suturing her skin. They couldn't finish because the skin was so thin. She had bleached. That's what the doctor said. She had bleached, and that's it. So please, if you must bleach, there are other alternatives. I said you have glycolic. I'm not saying I'm bleaching because I'm using glycolic acid. Like you can get rid of the ashy skin with glycolic acid, right? It doesn't like lighten you, but the things that are making your complexion dull, the dry skin, the wrinkled skin, the dead skin cells, you can get rid of them. So let's say you're a busy office professional and you don't have time to start scrubbing all your skin. Get a lotion with lactic acid. Get something with glycolic acid. It will get rid of those dead skin cells for you, and you come out looking smooth, like you spent all day polishing your skin over time. Yeah. So Tijani is asking about the glutathione. Right now, glutathione is something that in medicine we give to mop up free radicals. It's given to cancer patients, right? So the side effect of glutathione is skin lightening. Glutathione does a lot of good things in the body. So it's just that the side effect is skin lightening, and some people use it for the side effect. There aren't so many side effects of glutathione available right now, and even the ones that have been said, yeah, there is no solid proof yet. Okay,
Okay, we're back now. I'm so
so
sorry. I'm so sorry.
it's fine. It's fine. I had to stop talking because I know people might not be listening. So in conclusion of everything, right? I just went through my notes. I attended the most interesting live video about last week. It's this doctor that talked about Africanism. The title of the book is Africanism, and it kind of spoke
Okay.
about the origin of colorism. Colorism came about because the white people came to Africa and conquered Africa, right? And then
Yeah.
the image is that the white people are the conquerors. They are good. So everything good, everything victory is white, and everything below, everything dark is black. So that's why people want to aspire to be white. That is the origin, where a story is being told to us over and over again. Let's even look at the Jesus we serve. The Jesus is white, when in reality, Jesus was never white. So it has altered our perception. So according to what the doctor said, then he said, we need to rewrite our story. We need to retell our story where we paint black. Did you see that after this Wakanda movie, right? Black people felt more
Yeah.
empowered. We felt more
Yeah.
special, more proud of our colors. What if we have more movies like that? What if we keep telling our story? How can Mungo Park develop a place where people existed? You know, how can Americans discover America when the Native Americans were already there? Like, they are painting themselves as conquerors and making the other cultures look like you're below us. So we've come to see ourselves at that level where we're looking up to white skin. And that is why we now aspire to white skin. So please, Africanism, even though I've not, like, when I watched that live video, my life has never been the same. It's something I plan to get for my kids. So as they grow up, they begin to rewrite their story. They begin to see another angle about themselves. You can't discover me when I exist. I existed. We were writing. We had our stories. We had our history before you came in. The Egyptians were scholars. They were philosophers before the white people ever came. So don't tell me about me. Can I tell you about you? So now when I tell you about you, I tell you how I conquered you, how I saved you from your nakedness, how I did this and that. Who is naked today? Who goes more naked in the world? Right? The people that conquered the naked people, right? So come on, let's tell our own story so that if we can tell our story, I think colorism gradually. I watched a video yesterday. It was She Did It. And the person I looked at all the women, they were all brown skinned women. I'm not saying light skin is bad, but I really, really love that. Like, let's start changing the narrative. It's not about skin, right? It's about brains. It's about guts. It's about heart. It's about what's in us, not what's on us. It's not about our clothes. It's about what's inside us, our abilities. Black people are the most amazing people. We are, the person said, we are the star. We set the standards. We've risen above so much difficulty. So let's also rise above colorism and do better. So thank you
Thank you
for
so
all
much,
the
Sister